super awesome friends. Today we're going to be making some contour line drawings. And of course, before I explain how this starts, we're going to begin with our mantra. So get yourself ready so you can use those positive affirmations to make yourself feel strong and ready for the rest of your day. Together, here we go. My mantra: I am positive, I am creative, I am mindful, I am amazing, I am an artist. Okay, now to start your artwork today, you'll need some sort of paper because we're going to be doing a little bit of drawing, and then of course your favorite drawing tool, whether it's a crayon, a marker, an art stick, it doesn't matter what it is, but as long as you can press kind of hard, even just a pencil, so that you can see your drawing pretty well on a piece of paper. Then you'll need some sort of object that you're going to observe and look at for your contour line drawing. You can even do this by looking at people. Contour line drawings of people are really awesome too. Basically, the main rule is that when you draw, you cannot lift up your drawing tool. So let's say I was drawing with a Sharpie. As I'm drawing on my paper, I cannot lift and start in a new place. I need to just continue my contour line. So first I'm going to show you how to make a contour line drawing from observation, where you can actually just look and then try to build on your project without having to guess what it looks like. So that means it's not a blind contour, because a blind contour is when you do not look at your drawing, but observe something that you're viewing, and then you kind of reveal what your project looks like at the end because you haven't been able to see it as you draw. So two differences: a contour line drawing and a blind contour. So one is where you look at your paper and one is where you do not. So I'm going to show you how you can set up your workspace to try both different kinds of drawing techniques. First, I'm going to start by making a contour line drawing on this side so we can kind of compare. So I set up a little still life, something that I'm going to observe, these little plants, but again, you could do a person's face, you could do a pet, something that you're going to be able to look at and then draw from observation. So remember, the main rule is that as you draw, you cannot lift up your drawing tool. So I'm going to use a Sharpie so you can see it from far away, but I'm going to draw this still life and really practice drawing without lifting up my tool and trying to fill my space. That is a pretty tricky challenge. It's kind of a non-traditional way of how you might typically draw, but it is a great way to get your brain thinking a little bit harder about what you observe and how to kind of show that in your drawing with one single continuous line. Now, I'm going to try this again in the same way, but this time I'm going to do a blind contour, which means I'm not going to look at my paper when I draw. I'm only going to observe what I see and then draw blindly. Now, a way that you can stop yourself from cheating, because sometimes it's hard to look at your paper and not want to see what you're drawing, is to actually use a paper plate or a paper or something to kind of cover what you're working on. So I have a little paper plate that I covered with that I'm covering my hand so that I hold it like this as I draw, and now I can't see what I'm drawing. So that makes it so it's kind of like a little trick or a fun special surprise at the end to see what my project looks like. So now I'm going to do my blind contour drawing by observing the same still life, but this time not looking at my paper, only drawing from observation. Okay, that is a super fun comparison. Obviously, this one I had maybe a little bit more control over my lines or where things were in coordination with each other, and this one is really kind of a mess of lines, but is an awesome abstraction and a really fun way to think outside the box. So I'm going to go ahead and just color these with art sticks, but you could paint over the top of them, you could add any other details, you could do a whole study on different people or different still lifes and see what the difference is between a regular contour drawing and a blind contour. So I'm going to go ahead and fill it in with a few different kinds of art tools. Creating contour line drawings is a great way for you to practice drawing from observation, especially if you want to see the difference between drawing this way and being able to look at your still life, and then drawing this way where it's a blind contour and you can't see what you are drawing. It's a really fun comparison. Okay, so today we're going to end with our meditation, and it's going to be a stretching meditation, which means we're going to take 3 deep breaths, and in between each breath we get to do a little bit of a stretch to kind of get our body moving. So here we go, one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly, and our first deep breath goes in. Here we go. And stretch. 2, stretch, 3, stretch, and we're all good. Hopefully you feel a little more energized for your day. Remember, you are amazing, you are strong, you are resilient, and I love you. We'll see you next time.